Welcome to the India Mobile Congress 2025 from Yashobhoomi in New Delhi, organized by the Department of Telecommunications and the Cellular Operator Association of India between October 8th and October 11th, 2025. This is where the future of technology and telecom unfolds. Now, the theme for this year's India Mobile Congress is Innovate to Transform. This massive event right here in Yashobhoomi has brought together policymakers, business leaders, leading telcos, startups, innovators and visionaries from India and around the world to shine a light on topics such as 5G, 6G, quantum, AI, cyber, you name it, and all the discussions and action is happening right here. So this is where all the innovations, infrastructure, basically how the digital backbone for India and Bharat is being built. We'll shine a light on all that through this special coverage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, I request him to kindly address the congregation.
इंडिया मोबाइल कांग्रेस के इस खास एडिशन में मैं आप सभी अतिथियों का अभिनंदन करता हूं। अभी हमारे बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप्स ने कई महत्वपूर्ण विषयों पर अपने प्रेजेंटेशन दिए हैं। फाइनेंशियल फ्रॉड प्रिवेंशन, क्वांटम कम्युनिकेशन, 6G, ऑप्टिकल कम्युनिकेशन, सेमीकंडक्टर्स, ऐसे महत्वपूर्ण विषयों पर प्रेजेंटेशन को देखकर ये विश्वास गहरा होता है कि भारत का तकनीकी भविष्य सक्षम हाथों में है। मैं इस कार्यक्रम के लिए और सभी नए इनिशिएटिव्स के लिए आप सभी को शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। फ्रेंड्स, आईएमसी का ये आयोजन अब सिर्फ मोबाइल या टेलीकॉम तक सीमित नहीं रहा है। सिर्फ कुछ वर्षों में आईएमसी का ये इवेंट एशिया का सबसे बड़ा डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी फोरम बन गया है। आज पूरा विश्व भारत के पोटेंशियल को रिकॉग्नाइज कर रहा है। दुनिया का दूसरा सबसे बड़ा टेलीकॉम मार्केट हमारे पास है। दूसरा सबसे बड़ा 5G मार्केट यहाँ है और मार्केट के साथ ही हमारे पास मैन पावर भी है, मोबिलिटी भी है और माइंडसेट भी है। और जब मैन पावर की बात आती है तो भारत में स्केल और स्किल दोनों एक साथ दिखाई देते हैं। आज भारत दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी युवा आबादी का देश है और ये जनरेशन बहुत बड़े लेवल पर स्किल बनाई जा रही है। भारत आज दुनिया में सबसे तेजी से बढ़ती डेवलपर पॉपुलेशन वाला देश है। साथियों, आज भारत में 1 GB वायरलेस डेटा की कीमत 1 कप चाय के दाम से भी कम है। चाय का उदाहरण देना मेरी आदत है। पर यूजर डेटा कंजम्पशन में हम दुनिया के अग्रिम देशों में आते हैं। इसका अर्थ है कि भारत में डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी अब कोई प्रिविलेज या लग्जरी नहीं है। हमने पहचान की सेमीकंडक्टर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की कैपेसिटी अब कुछ गिने चुने देशों तक सीमित थी। और पूरी दुनिया डाइवर्सिफिकेशन चाहती थी। आज भारत ने इस दिशा में महत्वपूर्ण कदम उठाया है। भारत में 10 सेमीकंडक्टर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट्स पर काम हो रहा है। साथियों, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में ग्लोबल कंपनियां ट्रस्टेड पार्टनर्स की तलाश कर रही हैं जो स्केल और रिलायबिलिटी दोनों में सही उतरे। दुनिया टेलीकॉम नेटवर्क इक्विपमेंट में डिजाइन और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए भी भरोसेमंद पार्टनर चाहती है। क्या भारतीय कंपनियां रिलायबल ग्लोबल सप्लायर्स और डिजाइन पार्टनर्स नहीं बन सकती? साथियों, मोबाइल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में चिपसेट्स और बैटरियों से लेकर डिस्प्लेज और सेंसर्स तक ये काम देश के भीतर और ज्यादा होने की जरूरत है। दुनिया पहले से कहीं ज्यादा डेटा जनरेट कर रही है, इसलिए स्टोरेज, सिक्योरिटी और सॉवरेनिटी जैसे सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण हो जाएंगे। डेटा सेंटर्स और क्लाउड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पर काम करके भारत एक ग्लोबल डेटा हब बन सकता है। साथियों, मुझे आशा है कि आने वाले सेशन में हम इसी अप्रोच को, इसी टारगेट को लेकर आगे बढ़ेंगे।
मैं आमंत्रित करती हूं आदरणीय श्री ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया जी को।
हमारा विश्वास है कि ये संस्करण इंडियन मोबाइल कांग्रेस का शुभ भी होगा, सफल भी होगा और इस बात का प्रमाण होगा कि भारत में दूरसंचार का क्षेत्र जिस प्रगति और विकास के पथ पे है, ये एक उदाहरण है प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भारत की विकास गाथा की, भारत की विकास यात्रा की और विश्व में भारत का संपूर्ण सहयोग और संपूर्ण प्रमाण एक नक्षत्र के रूप में जो भारत उभर रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में केवल एक दशक में भारत ने वो करके दिखाया है जो कई देशों को सदियों लगी। From being a technology taker and a technology follower, India today has become the digital flag bearer of the world. In IMC 2024, our Prime Minister has said, and I quote, "Bharat's model of telecom is unique." भारत में हमने टेलीकॉम को सिर्फ कनेक्टिविटी का नहीं बल्कि इक्विटी और अपॉर्चुनिटी का माध्यम बनाया है। ये माध्यम आज गांव और शहर, अमीर और गरीब की बीच की दूरी को मिटाने में मदद कर रहा है। वे इन कहानियों का आंचल है जहां किसान अपने उपज की कीमतों को रियल टाइम तय करता है, बच्चे घर पर ही दुनिया पढ़ते हैं और गांव की उद्यमिता ग्लोबल मार्केट्स के साथ जुड़ती है। Today our telecom revolution rests on 4 Ds: democracy, demography, digital first and delivery. प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में दूरसंचार क्षेत्र का लोकतांत्रिकरण किया गया है। 1 GB of data in 2014 used to cost 287 rupees. Today that 1 GB of data costs only 9 rupees 11 cents, ladies and gentlemen. Demography. 99.9% of our districts today are connected by 5G. We have 365 million subscribers, and therefore this warrants that scale today is on India's side. Digital first. The trinity of JAM, DBT, and UPI, India's DPI, has become a global benchmark for inclusion, for innovation, and it has turned services into rights and made governments instantaneous. Today, 20 countries across the globe are in active discussions to adopt India's DPI model. Honorable Prime Minister has always said, and I quote, India is not just a participant in the digital revolution, India is leading it, unquote. With our Swadeshi 4G stack, with our fastest rollout of 5G, with our Digital Bharat Nidhi, connecting 38,000 villages for 100% saturation, with BharatNet, $17 billion program connecting 6 lakh villages, with 10% of 6G patents. And therefore today, IMC 2025 will be that symphony where design, democracy, demography, and delivery will play in harmony.
Coming up next, let's take a look at industry leaders, visionaries and disruptors. Over the course of these sessions, they will share their insights and perspectives on what's driving Bharat's transformative tech journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, we start with the fireside chat. I would like to invite the speakers to be joining us. We already have our Honorable Minister, sir, on the dais. Inviting Mr. Gopal Vittal, the Chairman, GSMA. May also request Mr. Hiroshi Mikitani to once again join us here on the stage. Representative Director, Chairman, President and CEO Board Member, Office of Rakuten Group. Mr. Ankur Kapoor, the Chief Network Officer, T-Mobile. And the session is going to be moderated by Ms. Shireen Bhan, the Managing Editor of CNBC TV 18.
India's innovation ability, our power to invent for the world. You brought up the example of chess. So let me use that analogy to start with you. What will the next move be from the government?
Government move is multifaceted, right? We're thinking in every aspect. Whether you take semiconductor, you heard this morning what Modi ji and our cabinet minister have explained. We're taking the semiconductor industry as one aspect. We're looking at the quantum computing as another pillar. We're taking the AI as another pillar. And 6G is another pillar. So like this, all frontier, futuristic technologies are being envisioned, and they're all being developed with a mission mode, with specific resources and objectives. They were given. For example, AI mission has 10,000 crores, put it into the budget. Semiconductor, almost 76,000 crores budget was allocated for that. Like that, there is a funding, and there are clear objectives. If you take the AI, we have a clarity. We want to do it a responsible AI. What does that mean? So, AI can be algorithmic and it's invisible. A lot of things can go wrong. So we just want to make sure they're all done in a transparent manner and visible manner. So that's the government intent.
Gopal, let me come to you now. We've solved for connectivity. I think everyone has outlined the many numbers that India is proud of, India has been able to achieve. That issue has been solved for. What next then when we talk about democratizing in the context of the mobile revolution?
Yes, we have solved for connectivity indeed. But there was a story recently, a few days ago, where there was a country in Asia where the internet shut down for 2 days. And that impacted, and it wasn't a very developed country. It impacted the banking system, impacted currency markets, it impacted aviation, it impacted, obviously, payments. So connectivity, if it's taken away, it's got catastrophic consequences. So it's a given, but it's almost like a fundamental right that everybody needs to have. I think the question really that all of us in the digital ecosystem need to ask is, what sits on top of connectivity? And if you look at it, I would sort of point out 3 things which are serious problems that customers have. One is trust. The question is trust increasing or is trust reducing? A reminder of a story that actually happened literally a couple of weeks ago, where there was a retired person in South India who lost his life savings and then committed suicide, right? And this is not a one-off, because globally $1 trillion is stolen. 2024, $1 trillion was stolen. So trust is a fundamental issue. The second big issue is security, with factories, warehouses, banks, transportation, payments, all of it dependent for connectivity. And nation-state actors getting aggressive, cybercrime being on the rise. What are we doing to safeguard our networks? What are we doing to put more sovereignty at the core so that our national infrastructures are really preserved? I think it's the second big question. And the third question, I would say, is around inclusion. And what do I mean by inclusion? Tomorrow you could be talking to a machine on the other end. And the question is, how do you democratize, AI to a larger number of people beyond what is happening today, which is right at the top? So I think we've got to ask ourselves, and the thing is that no company can do this alone. So we've really got to ask ourselves, what are we doing to solve these fundamental problems? I think that sits on top of connectivity.
Miki-san, if I could come to you, from 1997, from the internet era to where we now are in the AI era, trust and security have taken on completely different meanings and completely different dimensions as well. At Rakuten, how are you looking at this issue specifically, and especially as you build out this large ecosystem of 70+ services that Rakuten is operating today? How do you build in trust and security?
Obviously, there are several different aspects about this issue. One is how to protect our data, which we own, by hackers and so forth. At the same time, there are now unbelievable, high sophisticated level of phishing that even the very smart people were tricked.
Yes.
Unfortunately, and this is becoming, they can fake my voice and call me and say, oh, you're a secretary, whatever her name is, and asking you to send money to me.
Has this happened to you?
This is similar thing happened with my voice, right? Because now my voice is everywhere. And then also all this severe attack from malicious, countries is taking place. And we need to defend it. So, we've been attacked hundreds of thousands of times every single day now, but we have been protecting it. But I think now maybe we're moving into another layer, another level of the sophistication we need to protect the users. Maybe even, in Japan, even the government can access to the data, whereby some countries allow the government to monitor and investigate if there's anything wrong. But in Japan, we cannot do it. But I think it's time for us to restart thinking about this. And this is not gonna stop, and we need to keep fighting.
Yes, and clearly the complexity is only going to increase as we go more and more into this AI era. Ankur, you want to come in on that, and what specifically you're doing at T-Mobile to be able to cope with this challenge?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for bringing such an important topic. And I'm going to start by quoting what Gopal said, because I think that's really why I decided to take a 24-hour flight and be here, which is we have to solve this problem as an industry. This is not actually an issue, right? The bad actors are out there. They might speak different languages. They might look different, but the end intent is exactly the same. And I think Mr. talked about that as well briefly on what are people doing? Like, how are we getting, like, how the prices go up when you're checking the same flights again and again. And I thought it only happened in US, not
You'll
in
be
other parts of the world.
surprised. You'll be surprised.
Maybe it started there. But I think AI is, spam calling is a great example. I think we've been doing roughly, we launched, we call it Stir and Shaken back in the United States. We launched this, we were the first one to launch it in the country. We started in 2017, so we've been doing it for 7 years. And reality is people have gotten a lot smarter. So one of the other things that we've been now looking at is A spam call is mostly people have to report, and I think the Prime Minister talked about this in the morning. I think Ministers has talked about it. People have to help us. We're now actually testing something that's real time. So while you're on a call, AI actually does actual testing while you're on the call. Look for the voice samples, look for the acoustics, try to figure out if it's machine driven or actual human being, and then put the control back on the customer to warn the customer, to say this might be actually an AI call, this might actually be a fraud call. Because things of the past, I actually get spam calls out there and it's a 10-digit number in the United States, right?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Sharad. I believe this is your first time at the India Mobile Congress.
Yes, it is.
So take us through your experience so far. We've had some power-packed sessions by the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, as well as the Telecom Minister, Jyotiraditya Scindia, who have set the bar really high as far as India's telecom ambitions are concerned, as far as its digital ambitions are concerned. But what are your own takeaways as someone who's seen this evolve from Tokyo?
So first of all, thank you for arranging this. Yes, it is my first time at IMC India. We are very regular at MWC or even in China, but this is first time here in India, and it was amazing. First of all, the energy that I see, and with me was Mickey also, and he said the energy that is seen here is outstanding. And then with Modi ji and Scindia ji, the announcement that they did is very good, especially around the 4 Ds that he mentioned.
Right. In fact, I think Scindia had an acronym for it where he said design in India, solve for India, and scale for the world.
Yes. Apart from that, that was one, and I forgot all the 4 Ds, but he mentioned 4 Ds also.
Right.
Yeah, design, delivery, and 2 more Ds.
Right. But in terms of the opportunities that you see here, because if one looks at Rakuten in Japan, it's a conglomerate which has varied interests. Some describe it as the Amazon of Japan, but it's clearly more than that. It's not just e-commerce. You're in telecom, you're in gaming, you're in telecom, you're also on the vendor side. Tell us about your ambitions for India, your vision for India.
So I think first thing, Amazon of Japan was 10 years back. Now, overall, Rakuten is much bigger there, and this year we are targeting about 20 billion of revenue. Most of it is coming from Japan, and we are the biggest on the e-commerce and fintech business, trading, security, you name it, any kind of e-service. Rakuten is number one. There are about 70 group services that we offer, and 2018. We started with connectivity, which is Rakuten Mobile as well.
For you, as we wind up this session, what is Rakuten's focus in India going to be for the next year? What can we look forward to?
I think we committed about 100 million investment in this year, and we are evaluating if things which are not latency sensitive, if we can put the data center here.
How many jobs will this translate to?
See, jobs is separate because data center doesn't need many, resources. But when it comes to jobs, probably, we are, as I said, we are at about 5,000, and with all the efficiencies which are coming in using AI, we are not laying off anyone, but the increase will be not huge in next couple of years.
Right. Finally, on a personal note, how are you using AI every day?
We have Rakuten AI, our own AI, and I have the application. So, in fact, last week all the board members, all that top 50 people, were asked to create a code using mobile data to display, right? And we use Cloudy, and it was done in less than 15 minutes. I don't know, I'm not a coder, but we were able to, each one of us were able to code and put the, without knowing any language, do the HTML.
Vibe coding, as they call it. On that note, thank you very much, Sharad. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Those insights truly capture the inclusion and innovation-led transformation story of India and Bharat. But don't go anywhere, because we will be bringing you more exciting stories from the India Mobile Congress 2025. Thank you for watching.